mentioned your name in the khutbah on Friday, last Friday, without permission.
Oops.
In the khutbah. Yes. And anyway, my last khutbah, alhamdulillah, it was in Los Angeles, LA, downtown. And I was talking about the reverse. All the good people like you have reverted back to Islam. And you were among those wonderful people. They came back to Islam. And I was mentioning also Muhammad Ali and Abdul Jabbar, also Lauren Booth, which is the sister-in-law of Tony Blair, and a lot of people, because I was encouraging and letting the people in the khutbah know that Islam is growing and is growing big time around the world. And a lot of people are reverting back to Islam. They are realizing that there's only one God. And Islam, alhamdulillah, brother and sister, it promotes that we have one God, not two and not three. We do not promote that at all in any way or shape. And there is a lot of evidence, Sheikh Yusuf, I have shared with the people Friday, and they were so touched and happy to hear and to know these things that I brought them to their attention. This way they can let other non-Muslim understand. And I would like to share those things in here to prove that God is only one. It's not two and it's not three. And it's very, very simple and very, very easy. So please allow me, Sheikh Yusuf, to share that with the audience. Hopefully someone can benefit from it.
Okay, tonight is Sisters' Night, Sheikh. So, yeah, so we wanted to keep this open for our sisters to call in. And yes. I think that that's a great idea because, as you said, Islam is growing exponentially. It's growing very quickly and all around the world. However, I would like to emphasize tonight how many women come to Islam. It always was 4 to 1. If I gave shahada to one man, I'd see 4 women right away want to come into Islam. This is an average. Then it became 5 to 1, and now it's even greater. I don't know if you've seen this or not, Sheikh, but exactly what you're saying. They're realizing, you know what? The Bible has a lot of good stuff in it. We never said that there was something like that. You know, we're not putting down the Bible itself. What we're saying is that there are contradictions that sort of compromise. That's the word I'm looking for. Compromise what you were just talking about, the monotheism, the Tawheed al-Islam. Yeah. So I would really like for us to feature that the women are really coming in. If they have any questions, any lady would like to call us right now, maybe you're not a Muslim, you're welcome to call us, ask any question. And, you know, a lot of people have questions about the women in Islam. Are they oppressed? Do they have to do this or that? Or are they beaten? Or the idea of 4 wives, and so many things that come up. And what is this really all about? So if you guys would like to call in, well, Sheikh is talking and he's going to be explaining about the monotheism of Islam, which was the nothing different than the original monotheism of Abraham, Moses, David, Suleiman, John the Baptist, Jesus Christ. Peace and blessing be upon each and every one of them. They always insisted on monotheism. Sheikh, go ahead.
Yeah, Sheikh, alhamdulillah. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, brothers and sisters around the world. Please, I would like to have your undivided attention to something very, very important, and I agree with you, and you will agree with me after you hear what I'm about to say about God is one, and it's not 2, and it's not 3. Let me ask you, brother and sister out there in the world, how many president currently can run one country? How many president can run one country? Of course, your answer is going to say 1 president can run one country. We don't have here in that state 2 presidents running one country. Do we agree on that? Great. All right, now let's take the second step. How many president can run one company? Just like, for example, let us say Apple, Starbucks, or any of these companies, how many president could run that company? Only one president, okay? Now let's move further. How many captain can be in charge of a big ship in the sea? One captain, and they are called captain. They help and assist. And the same thing with the airplane. If we look, how many steering wheel in your car? Is it 2 steering wheel or 1 steering wheel? Your answer is, you're going to say 1 steering wheel. And then how about if we have 2 steering wheel? What will happen? Have you heard, brother and sister, before about do not be a backseat driver? Another word, sit down and let me drive, otherwise we're going to get in an accident. If we have what? More than one driver in one vehicle. Now we're talking about the small stuff. Running a country, that's nothing, small. Running a company is small. Driving a car is small. And we all agree that it has to be one in order to survive and not to have any accident. We all agree on that. There's no ifs or buts on this. Now, how about the whole entire universe, the earth, the heaven, the moon, the star, all this can be operated with 2 gods, multiple gods? If we cannot operate a car with 2 drivers, we cannot operate a company with 2 presidents, and the same thing the countries, how can we associate one more God to Allah? You can't. It will be a conflict, a huge conflict. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he tells us in Surah Al-Anbiya, بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لو كان فيهما آلهة إلا الله لفسدتا فسبحان الله رب العرش عما يصفون. If there were in heaven or on the earth gods beside one God, it would have been a disaster. Because each one God, he wants to do it his way, and he have a different personality. So how can we associate God to the existing Allah, the one? Very, very difficult. You agreed with me that there is only one in any country in the world is only one president, and so on, and the other items I mentioned. So how could we not believe that it has to be one God? Otherwise, we will have a conflict. What do you think, Sheikh Yusuf? What I just said about this?
I think that another real good idea behind this is right now there's a ship that's jammed up in the Panama Canal. Did you know? Yeah, that ship is blocking all of the travel back and forth, and it's in the billions of dollars worth of trade that is blocked right now. And yes. How many captains of the ship does that ship have? How many captains?
It have to be one, and then the other one assistant to one.
Yep.
But if one person can make the decisions.
Yep, that's right. And
Sister Kim, I did not know she was here with us.
Oh yeah, Sister Kim is right here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Could you please give me some feedback of what I said, that God is one, about the president, about the company, about the things I mentioned? I would love to hear your voice.
I hope that you don't take this negatively, but I'm going to give you an answer from the perspective of the religion that I left to come to Islam. For 15 years, I was a pagan and I worshipped several gods. And the reason that I always believed that multiple gods were the way that the universe was run was because they had divided up the responsibilities. So there was, a god of the harvest, a god of the day, a god of the night, a god of the trees, and things like that. And so, what you're saying makes total sense, but I also understand the perspective of those who believe that there are multiple gods doing multiple different things. What would you say in response to that, to somebody who does believe in multiple gods, each with their own division of power?
Well, it would not work at all. See, for example, let me simplify it for you. This way we understand one another. Okay, now we have one governor runs California. And under California, there is mayor in each city. They all do different functions. And also in Washington, in Arizona, the same thing. And all, who do they report to? Please answer me, Sister Kim. Who do they answer to?
The mayors report to the governor, and the governor reports to the president.
To how many president?
One president.
That's the name of the whole idea. You could divide as much as you want, but everything you have to go back to who? You said one president. Okay, you could do whatever you want to say, but everything we still have to report to one God. We have prophets comes in. Prophet Abraham, Prophet Jesus, Prophet Ismail, Prophet Abraham. All those, they come in with messages and different things to help us. But they all report to who? To one God. Same thing with the governors in different states, in different cities, and so on, and the mayor, and the police department, and the chief, and the fire department. They all report to the governor of that state, and he's in charge of it.
Actually, there is something else that I'm sure you would get to this opportunity arise, but because we got to take a break pretty quick, I hope you don't mind me butting in on this. The way that the structure of the government is exactly the proof that God has to be one. Because our government is intended to be what Sister said. But that is not the reality that we see every day. We see people who think they know better, like the governor of Texas thinks he knows better about the whole situation than the national Surgeon General or the national, he's Fauci. Fauci is Dr. Fauci.
Yes.
So he, the governor of Texas says, no, I'm not going with that. So you guys can all go out here and go to your bars and go to your beaches and so on. And that's his opinion. And he is entitled to his opinion. And he has been elected by the people, and he has the right to do what he's doing. I'm not agreeing necessarily with everything, but I'm saying that is his position, and you can see exactly what happens when the human beings are put on into these spots. Because the former administration under Trump, we had so many people were against or for this project and that project and the man himself. And all of this chaos is exactly what Allah describes in the Quran would happen if there was more than one God. But because there is only one God and he answers to nobody, he has no assistants. He has no helpers. The angels themselves do not go to him with advice. None. Nobody goes to him for anything other than what we need. And we beg him for what we need. And that's the idea about true monotheism. And I'm sure that you were going to get to that anyway, right? So,
so I appreciate very much. God bless you, Sheikh Yusuf, for emphasizing and let our audience know exactly what we're talking about, that there's only one God. Also, I would like to share with them the kuffar in Quraysh. A long time ago, they were asking Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is your God? Describe for us who is God. And then the revelation of Surah Al-Ikhlas came down to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam بقوله بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. The revelation came and the answer came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Rasulullah to answer the non-believer. And what does this mean? It means say, He is Allah, the one and the only. Allah is the eternal, the absolute. He does not beget or nor begotten. And there is no one like Him. So here, brother and sister, this is the revelation came in when Rasulullah, he was being asked by the non-believer to say God is one. It's not two and it's not three. So also I would like to mention to them about my khutbah that I was mentioning that the Islam is spreading a great amount everywhere around the world. And according to the research companies called Pew. I don't know if you heard about it, Sheikh Yusuf.
Everybody heard about Pew.
Thank you. So they are a reliable company. They're not run by Muslim, I don't think. And they are telling us these following items. They say in the world population will grow about 32%. And the Muslim population expected to increase and grow by 70%. From 1.8 billion in 2015 to nearly 3 billion in 2060. And according to the research, not the Muslim research, their research, they are saying Islam will become the world's largest religion in the second half of this century. This is very, very great news for the Muslims. And we encourage each one of you to verify what I just said and join us. Here, brother and sister, in the United States, there is approximately 3.5 to 4 million Muslims live in the United States, which is a great amount of people. And in California, this is where we at currently. We have about 1 million Muslim in California. So Islam, brother and sister, there's so many reasons why Islam is growing, why Islam is spreading everywhere, and a lot of people reverting to Islam. The rich and the poor and the famous and the not famous, they are coming to Islam. Why? Let us look into some of the reasons that I will share with you today. The Holy Quran is the only and the final, complete, perfected religion book that's sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal wa salam. The Holy Quran is the only religious book that have an answer for every question and a solution for every problems. Also, the Holy Quran is the only religious book on earth that covers many topics, such as social justice, marriage, divorce, inheritance, medicine, biology, moon, stars, fire, everything you can think of, you find it. Also, the right of women. The right of women. There is, tell me, any other religious book have the same or any close to the topic that the Holy Quran carried. It covered everything. This is, brother and sister, our owner's manual. Also, another phenomena, and let me show you here the Holy Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. See, look at this here, brother and sister. This, the Holy Quran right here. Look at how thick this book is. This book, it has been memorized by 9 and 10 and 15 years old children. Can you visualize someone will remember everything verbatim? The only book on the face of the earth of any kind can, and it is memorized verbatim with this many pages, the only one is the Holy Quran. If there is any other book memorized completely like this, please let us know, because there is none. Also, another thing I would like to share with you, that we have only one version. If you go to Japan and you open the Holy Quran, you will find only one version. There is no old version, there's no new version, there is no corrections, nothing. From the day one until today, the Quran, you can pick it up in Japan, in Egypt, in Australia, whatever country, you will find only one Quran. You might find a translation, brother and sister, different from one person to another, but we're talking about the Arabic language, it did not change, okay? Also, yeah, Sheikh Yusuf.
Yes, I think we're a little bit late, 5 minutes late for our break, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Guys, I'd encourage you to stay tuned and stay guided with Guidus TV, because we've got a lot more coming up right now, and I don't want you to miss any of it. This is Sisters Night, and so we'd really like for you to call in. Sisters, ask any question that you would like. If you're a new Muslim, a non-Muslim, a practicing Muslim, not practicing, whatever, please take advantage of this opportunity. We are live, and you could share that right now if you're on social media and let other people know that this is your chance. So the next 20 minutes, you can call in and get the answers that you need, inshallah. We have Sheikh with us, and we'll be right back right after this. So stay tuned and stay guided with Guidus TV. Can you imagine it's our 10th anniversary, Guidus TV on the air for 10 years already. Wow. And we want to keep going and growing. And how you can do that, join us. Be part of what we are doing with Recite on TV, Bridge to Faith, Simple Reminders with Abu Hafsa, all of these great programs and more coming to you 24 hours a day, no commercials, no advertising, just pure Islam with Quran every hour, with reminders throughout the day what the Hadith teaches. These programs are the only collection coming to us here in America from America, and you can be part of it. Guide US TV. Keep it on, keep it going, keep it growing. Stay guided with Guidus TV. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. We are back. This is our Sisters Night. We do have Sister Kim with us. Sister Kim, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm enjoying the conversation tonight, but I'd really love it if some sisters called in and weighed in on this as well. Phone number is right up there on your screen. We'd love to hear from the sisters tonight. And you can ask me any questions about my reversion, or you can ask the Sheikhs some questions. It's all up to you. We'd just love to talk to you. Give us a call.
Yeah, 1-800-971-4383 if you're here in the States. I don't know if that same phone number will work. We used to have another one so that people could call from the other places in the world, but if you take this opportunity, call us at 1-800-971-4383. Inshallah, we'd love to hear from you, and we'll be ready to help in any way we can. Sister Kim, what is your response to the things that we were talking about, monotheism?
Like I explained to the Sheikh, the concept of monotheism was, for me, a huge leap. As I said, I was a practicing pagan 15 years, and I worshiped many gods and many goddesses. And for me to come to the conclusion that there was just one God, and not any other gods and goddesses below him, just one God, it for me was a major eureka moment. And
let me ask you this now. Did you get the understanding that even in paganism, when they talk about these gods always wind up fighting with each other somehow, or supporting each other to fight against another god. Is that true or false?
Not all of them, but a very large majority of them.
No, seriously now. Seriously. If there is even one god that's fighting against another god, all right, then the whole system doesn't work. The system will not work, because this concept is based on human frailties. This is a concept that comes from the human mind that says, well, if there were all these people, they would be fighting. And that's true. If it is people, you can look at governments, you can look at companies, you can find within each and every one of them a conflict of interest, and a conflict between them, as they're not on the same page 100%, and sometimes they're diametrically opposed to each other. So if this is the case, and it is, then the only way the whole universe could work as smooth as it does is to have only one creator. Only one. Does that make any sense, sister?
Yes, that makes total sense. And that's pretty much the conclusion that I had to come to before I came to Islam. And it was only after making that conclusion that I could accept Islam, because I had to accept that there is no God but God. And, in coming to that, it opened new doors for me. And when I started studying Islam, I started studying it from a scholarly point of view. I had no intention of reverting whatsoever. My only goal in studying Islam, when I started reading about it, was that I hoped to start a business in the Middle East. And I started studying Islam so that I could understand, how things worked over there.
All right. But I did not know. You've never talked about this before, sister. And I'm so glad that you opened up and told us about this, because I think that other people, I remember one who wanted to go to the Muslim countries and open up a church. And I was like, what? And he was attending our programs, and he was so excited about it. And he said, I want to go and open up a church and tell them about Jesus. And I said, okay, let's take everything a step at a time, because we even know what his real name was and how he pronounced it. And he's like, what? So, yeah. And eventually, and then I've seen other priests, preachers, bishops, and pastors, like, well, we have Richard Kiefer with us every night, 43 years as a Baptist minister. And he accepted Islam as well as other people. And when they see our programs, and this is the thing that I'm emphasizing right now, when people see our programs, they come on and see Sheikh, the plural of Sheikh is Sheikh. They see the scholars of Islam who are with us, like Dr. Muhammad Salah and Sheikh Ahmed Radwan, and who is with us right now, by the way, guys, if you just tuned in. He's sitting patiently waiting for me to get through blabbing so that we can get on with the program. But the other thing I wanted to ask you, sister, is he mentioned about the Quran and memorizing the Quran, all right? And I have this picture, I just put it up, and it says, I was told you should not memorize the Quran. So that's exactly what I did. And do you know what? I was told, and this is me now, I was told by another minister before Islam, of course, and he said to me, whatever you do, don't read that book. I said, what? He said, whatever you do not read that book. So when Muhammad Abdurrahman brought this Quran, a translation of Quran for English, he set it down on the table, the countertop, and I looked at it, and it was big. It was not like the one that we just saw, because it has so much commentary in English and Arabic and all that stuff in it. So anyway, he set it down, and I said, is that your book, the Quran? And he said, yes, it is. Would you like to see it? I said, no. That's okay. Thank you anyway. But then after he turned away for a while, and I was looking at that, and I said, you know what? And it was about the size of this book right here. I picked it up and I looked around. I said, look it up, and I said, whoa, there's something wrong with this book. The white pages, it's all white pages, and then you come immediately to the end of the book. And I said, oh man, they typed it wrong out. So I had to go to the back of the book and start, because Arabic reads from right to left, and the books open this way instead of this way. So I was getting into that, and I was reading, and I said, well, let me read that first thing anyway. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I don't know what that means, but I got no problem with that. Then it's in English, and it said, all the praise is only due to God. And I said, well, all right, that makes sense. The most gracious, the most merciful. Yes, that's God, all right. And then I was going down there, and the ruler on the day of judgment. Okay, you and you alone do we worship, and only you we worship. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and guide us to the right path. And I said, oh yeah, we all need to be guided. The path of those that have your favor, but not the path of those who have your wrath. Wow. Nor those who are led astray. Okay, all right. And then I look at the next thing, and it said, Alif Lam Mim. Oh, I'm reading their book. Oh my God.
You're so funny.
I had a very challenging time too the first time that I read the Quran. I didn't own a copy of it, and there were no mosques in my area where I could go to get a copy of it, so I had to go to the library. And I pulled the translation of the Quran off the shelf and brought it up to the desk to check it out. And I had to put my name on a list that could be turned over to Homeland Security if they ever wanted it, for anybody that was studying Islam.
Whoa! I did not know that they had in the public library?
At the public library, yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Well, yeah, I was told that I should never touch that book. Now, this guy was told not to memorize the Quran, but he did. And, but reciting the Quran with understanding is really what I think Sheikh should tell us about right now. Sheikh, are you ready to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm here, Sheikh Yusuf. I would like to, I agree what you were saying earlier to Sister Kim and also the audience about if it was more than God, you will fight with one another. I found something from the Holy Quran to support what you were saying to Sister Kim. So I would like to share that. From Surah Al-Mu'minun.
What is it? Chapter?
Surah Al-Mu'minun, number 23, chapter 20. Surah Al-Mu'minun, number 23, chapter 91. If you could bring that on the screen, that would be great.
I don't think it's chapter 91. I think verse 91.
It's verse 91 and Surah 23.
Here it is.
فاتخذ الله من ولد وما كان معه من إله إذا لذهب كل إله بما خلق ولعلى بعضهم على بعض سبحان الله عما يصفون.
Allah has not taken any son, nor has there ever been with him any deity. If there had been, then each deity would have taken what it created, and some of them would have sought to overcome others. Exalted is Allah above what they describe concerning him.
You heard it, brother and sister. Look at, thank you very much for the speed that you brought it to the screen to share it with our brother and sister. That was wonderful, Sheikh Yusuf. MashaAllah. So here, brother and sister, you heard it from the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's alone by Himself. There is no other God associated with Him. Everyone would be fighting over what they have created. And everyone, this is mine, no, I did, and they try to do to beat one another on, and it's not going to work. It's going to be a great conflict. So our conclusion that Allah is one. Now let's talk about the Nuzul al-Quran, if we may. How the Holy Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal wa salam. The Holy Quran, brother and sister, was revealed to Prophet Muhammad in Jabal an-Nur, the mountain of lights. Okay, and then it came all at once, one time, from in the month of Ramadan, which is the month of Ramadan is coming very soon. Ramadan Kareem to every one of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you in this nice holy month. So the whole entire Quran came in all at once, and then was revealed to Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal wa salam over the course of 23 years, as is needed.
Yeah, about Muslim women in Islam. Let's stay on that.
Okay, the Muslim woman in Islam, we have a lot of people, they reverted back to Islam, and a lot of wonderful, wonderful ladies and sisters, they come back to Islam. And here, Sister Kim, one of them is right here. Tell us, Sister Kim, do you have any friends or sister that they reverted to Islam because you came to Islam?
No, unfortunately, I do not. When I came to Islam, I was living in a small town in South Dakota, and my social circle was quite small, and the town was almost to a person Lutheran. And although they saw the changes in me, and we ended up having some great discussions about Islam, because like myself, until I started studying, these people had no exposure to it other than what they heard on the media. And so, alhamdulillah, hopefully I spread a little bit of positiveness about Islam in that town. But unfortunately, nobody reverted. Now that I'm in Yuma, Arizona, there's a lot more sisters. I've talked to some of them in places like the grocery stores, but I have not yet been to the masjid because they're still under very strict rules about how many people they allow in there. And I would not like to go in there and take the place of a brother who was supposed to be there. So I have not been yet. And inshallah, as people are vaccinated and things like that, inshallah, I'll be able to meet more of my brothers and sisters in the coming months.
MashaAllah.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
So brother and sister, coming to Islam is very, very easy, very, very simple for the sisters and the brother. All you have to do, ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Very, very simple. You open your heart, and we believe in Jesus alayhi salam, that he's a messenger from God. And we have a chapter for Maryam alayhi salam, a whole chapter in the Holy Quran about Maryam and the rights of woman. The rights of woman in the Holy Quran or in Islam is much, much, much bigger than any other religion. There is rules and regulation how a Muslim brother must treat his wife. There is rules and regulation to do that. It's not a lot of what you hear on television. No, we are. Sometimes I feel it's over-regulated in the Quran for us how we have to be nice and polite and loving to our wife and our children, especially the female more than the male. So come to Islam, and you will be happy that you came in. And I wonder if you can remember some sister, Sheikh Yusuf, that they came into Islam. I remember one in Corona when you and I were in that place, Panda Express, and that woman, she was so excited to see you, despite her parent. They told her, no, do not join, be a Muslim. No. And she came to Islam because she saw you on YouTube, because she saw you on the internet, and she was so excited to see you in person. And I was excited that actually I see some of the people, and how, I don't know how you're doing it, but God is great. God is great. Tell us about that.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Actually, instead of me talking,